Step. Up, over. Keep going. 13 minutes.
Zackery's been in sports all of his life. He started out in Taekwondo when he was about 4.5. He did baseball at the same time and transitioned into football. He was turning out to be a pretty good football player. He played fullback on offense and he played outside linebacker on defense. This game, in the second quarter, he was tackling a boy, brought him down, and he actually hit his head backwards, and that's when he suffered his first concussion. He was pulled from the game for about 3 plays. They went to halftime. He came back into the game at the start of the third quarter, played the rest of the game. Actually had a pretty solid game, but I noticed something was wrong. He was shaking his head for no reason. He started stumbling, and he's telling me that his head hurt. And it just got progressively worse in the next 30 seconds to where he was telling me he couldn't stand the pain. The last words he said was, "Daddy, I can't see." That's when he collapsed on the field. He instantly started going into seizures that were caused by numerous strokes happened simultaneously. It wasn't good. It was a really bad time. I thought my son was going to die that day. The beginning was just to keep him alive. It was a wait and see to see if we were going to have a son to continue to raise. The next step then was to see if he would wake up, if he would ever come out of his coma. He was in a vegetative state for almost 2 months. The next step was to see if he'd ever be able to communicate with us. That took about 9 months for him to say his first word. Took about 13 months before he could move his forefinger purposefully. Took about 20 months for him to be able to start eating on his own again. And then, we just continued to progress.
I do personal trainer at home 2 days a week, personal trainer at the gym 2 days a week, swimming 1 day a week, acupuncture 1 day a week. I'd like to walk outside more. I'm working on my speed.
Is your child going to ever talk again? Is your child ever going to walk again? Is your child ever going to have a friend again? Can your child even function? Is he going to be able to even engage in conversation? That's not something any parent should ever have to face. We never ever thought that this would happen to us. And I know that every person that has been faced with an event that is a life changer like ours said the same thing. They say, "I never thought it would happen to us." Having this injury is in a complete altered lifestyle. We don't know what tomorrow brings, but we keep hoping and trying for it to get better. Back in 2006, when my son was hurt, we never spoke about concussions. They used to be called freak accidents. They're not freak accidents, they're preventable injuries. We heard about concussion, maybe that's what's caused Zach about 2008, and that's what gained this firestorm by 2009 to propose a law and to get a law accepted in our state. The reason why we continue to be a positive influence in the advocacy of brain injury awareness, concussion, return to play, is so that there's a lot of people that aren't Zach. Most kids that were hurt as bad as Zach wouldn't have lived. With the amount of exposure that Zach's law has done, we continue to try to help promote in any way that we can, because if you just touch one person, it could mean a life-changing event to that person. And how many times have we gotten an email or gotten a Facebook message or anything like that to say, "If it wasn't for you, Zach, I don't think my kid would have been safe." Your child is not worth a practice, it's not worth a game, it's not worth a season, and it's most certainly not worth the rest of their life. A concussion is a brain injury, and all brain injuries are serious, and so when you don't take one serious, something catastrophic might happen. I think that's why people need to take notice on how important it is.
When in doubt, sit it out.